Hi, ladies. My name is Andrea, and this is the Classy Lady Squad. The Classy Lady Squad is a community where women impact women through evaluated experiences. We talk about health, relationships, and business. We also sometimes talk about current events that's going on in today's world. Last week's video was all about how truthful is the media. I hope that you had the opportunity to take a look at that video. Thank you so much. Now let's jump right on into today's video. Okay, ladies, let's get started with today's video. I'm going to jump right into it. Story time. My father, he has many moles from head to toe. I mean, it's not taking him over, but you can see that he has moles. And I guess I genetically inherited getting moles from him. I don't, have nowhere near how many he has, but I did have a mole on my inner right thigh. And early 2000, I like to wear shorts in the summer, and wearing shorts, there's that mole staring at everybody. And so I decided to go to a dermatologist and have it removed. So I had it removed, and a few years passed, and during the few years, I saw the mole started peeking back out, and it just started growing and growing. And I'm like, why did that mole come back? Didn't know anything about moles, didn't know anything about skin cancer. So got the mole removed, and it grew back, and I guess mid 2000s, I realized that this mole is changing now because it was soft. Now it got hard, and it had like a hard crust, and it was gray. And this mole started at night catching my sheets. The mole was itchy. It was really irritating. And so I'm like, okay, back to the dermatologist. So this time I was living in a different area at this point. So I went to a different dermatologist. And my daughter and I went together because she had a mole under her arm that she wanted removed. Of course, hers was small, but she said every time she put on deodorant, it irritated her. So we got to the doctor's office, and she went first. They removed her mole, put a Band-Aid on it. She's fine. My turn. Laid down for the doctor to take a look at my mole, and she is like, yeah, these moles, they grow, and they grow into something that look ugly sometime, and this one has its gray head on it, and she's cutting jokes and stuff. And she said, well, we're going to send your mole to the lab. So I'm like, oh, this must be something that they do. Wasn't thinking anything into it. But so she removed the mole at that point, and 2 days later, I got a call just as I was walking into work. And I guess she was the nurse, the doctor's assistant, and she said, Miss Kinloch, we called to let you know that your mole was skin cancer. They didn't tell me what kind of skin cancer. I really didn't even know that there were different types of skin cancer. I just thought skin cancer. I went into a shock, sweat, and so I got myself situated at work, and then I decided to call back. But by the time I called back, they're gone for the day. So So now I'm all shook up, I'm nervous, don't know what to do, don't know how to tell my husband I got skin cancer, don't know how to tell my children I have skin cancer. So the following, I had to go all the way through the weekend because it was a Friday when they called, and I tried to call back and they were closed. They closed early. So Monday, I got up and talked to the doctor's office, and they told me it was a squamous cell, which is, and he described it as ants that crawls in a line. Still, I didn't know what he was talking about. So she scheduled an appointment for me to go back because they needed to get under the skin to make sure it's not like spreading under into my tissue. I had that done, and they called back and said all was removed. So I'm telling this story to let you know, and I'm coming from the angle of I'm a Black woman, so I'm coming from an angle of people of color. And I had that mole removed in 2016, and now it's 2023. Haven't seen anything from it. I go to the dermatologist regularly, not only for moles, but I go for all skin care, hair care, nail care, and just being precautious. I would like to read a couple of articles that I came across, because there's a myth that people of color do not get skin cancer. Well, I'm a living testimony. We do. So I would like to share with you now as I read from my computer. I have my computer here. I hope you don't mind as I read a couple of the questions that was asked when I researched skin cancer in people of color. And the first question is, who is most at risk for squamous cell cancer, skin cancer? And it says, factors that may increase your risk of squamous cell skin cancer includes fair skin, excessive sun exposure, use of tanning beds, a history of sunburns, a personal history of precancerous skin lesions, a personal history of skin cancer, weakened immune system, rare genetic disorder. So that came from the mayoclinic.org. Now, I suggest, you word your research the way you best will understand it. But again, my search was skin cancer in people of color. So the second question was, or is, what ethnic group gets skin cancer the most? Okay, and it goes into, now with this research, they have a number of people, and out of that number of people, how many got skin cancer? So it starts off with white. 20 people out of 29,834 people got, the invasive melanoma. White Hispanic, 4 people out of 858 people got the invasive melanoma. White non-Hispanic, 22 people out of 28,975 people got the invasive melanoma. This chart is just to give you an idea on how now this report came from the cdc.gov, So that is another resource that you can do your research on skin cancer with people of color. I'm going to move on to the third question, which was, or is, I don't know why I keep saying was. It is, what percent of Black people get skin cancer? Now, I just read to you white American, white Hispanic American, white non-Hispanic. Now, they're going to talk about what percent of Black people get skin cancer. Now it says Black people are far less likely to develop melanoma than non-Hispanic white people at the rate of 1 per 100,000 compared to 30 per 100,000 due to the protection that melanin, the body's natural skin pigment, provides from damaging ultraviolet rays. So that our melanin protects us. Yes, it does protect us to a certain extent. We don't get skin cancer as much as, I guess, the lighter skinned people, but we do get skin cancer, but our amounts are much smaller. Now, the fourth question, y'all, I lost count. I think it's the fourth question. Does darker skin protect you from skin cancer? I just touched on that a little bit. And the little article says, and this is from the Mayo Clinic also, dark skin does not provide some protection. No, dark skin does provide some protection against the sun's ultraviolet rays, but it's a myth that people with dark skin tones are immune to the harmful effect of UV radiation. People of color have a lower risk of developing skin cancer than people with fair skin tones. But UV exposure raises the risk for everyone. Now, this is just a small look at my research on skin cancer. And I wanted to share this with you because, you get a clearer understanding, or it gives you the urge to want to do your own research. So I felt to mention that people of color normally get the squamous cell. Here on where did I get this research from, ladies? The Mayo Clinic. An overview of squamous cell of the skin is a common form of skin cancer that develops in the squamous cells that make up the middle and outer layers of the skin. Squamous cell carcinoma of the skin is usually not life-threatening. Though it can be aggressive, untreated squamous cell carcinoma of the skin can grow large or spread to other parts of your body, causing serious complications. Now, when they removed my mole, I don't know why I'm wanting to say mold, but it's mole, M-O-L-E. When they removed that mole, it was superficial. That was the report, that it was only on surface. It did not get into my tissues or muscles. Thank God. And that's why I say to you, I suggest to you, please look and scan your body, and if something looks different, just get it checked out. Just to be careful, just to be cautious. Okay, ladies, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope this video motivates you, empowers you, and adds value to you. I wanted to come in today just to share my story and my evaluated experience on having squamous skin cancer. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please consider doing so, liking this video, and leaving us a comment. Oh, and don't forget to share this video. So know who you are, stay in your truth, and own it. Until the next time, until the next video, peace for now.